that deep change you're looking for, the one your soul has been aching for, that quantum shift. It isn't waiting for you in the future. It's not something you'll finally get after you finish this video. It's not a prize you have to earn through endless practice or perfect understanding. The shift is happening right now, in this very moment. As your consciousness, your beautiful, powerful awareness, touches these words, something is changing forever. It's not because these words themselves are magic. It's because the act of you focusing your awareness, right here, right now, with a true intention to understand. That focus is the most powerful creative force in the universe. That focus itself is collapsing probability waves. It's gently but powerfully reorganizing your personal quantum field. You have already started a chain of events, a cascade of changes that cannot be undone once they've begun. You can feel it, can't you? Even just a little bit. A subtle tingling, a quiet sense that something about this moment is different. There's a feeling of stillness, of presence, of importance, that separates this moment from all the ordinary, forgotten moments of your day. That feeling is real. That feeling is your truth. Your quantum field is vibrating in response to this message. Like one tuning fork making another sing, it recognizes that what you're about to receive isn't just information for your mind. It's a transmission. It's a direct transfer of frequency, like a download for your soul, that is changing your very being at levels far deeper than your thoughts can reach. The reason this shift starts immediately isn't some mystical secret. It's quantum mechanics. Your consciousness, the very you that is listening, operates on the very same principles that shape all of reality. Observation affects the outcome. Your attention organizes energy. Your focus takes the infinite, shimmering possibilities of what could be and collapses them into the specific, solid reality of what is. Right now, by choosing to be present with this video instead of scrolling past it, by guiding your attention here instead of letting it scatter, by opening your heart to receive instead of closing it in doubt, you have already commanded the quantum shift to begin. The question isn't whether the shift is happening. It is. The only question is whether you will courageously and consciously join in with what your soul has already started, or whether you will, out of old habit, unconsciously resist the very freedom you've been praying for. Take a moment to think about the weird, winding path that led you here. The thought you had out of the blue earlier today that made you pick up the phone. The video you watched before this one led you here in some way. You clicked on this thumbnail instead of all the others because you were bored, deeply interested, or felt a pull that you couldn't explain. It was all planned out. Not a single step. Your quantum field, which is the larger part of you, has been subtly arranging synchronicities, orchestrating events, and lining up all the probabilities to bring you to this precise transmission at the exact moment your consciousness was ready to receive it. You almost didn't watch it, right? You may have even had your finger on the screen, ready to scroll on and dismiss this as just another spiritual video that made big claims. But something stopped you. You heard a whisper that said, "Wait, listen." That something wasn't something else. That was your own quantum field, your own higher self, picking up on the fact that this message has the exact frequencies that will serve as the catalyst for the change your soul has been working toward your whole life. The ancient alchemists, who were very smart, knew this principle very well. They knew that real change starts when readiness meets a catalyst. They were not just talking about lab experiments with chemicals. They talked about big changes in consciousness. They were talking about what happens to a heart that has been prepared by life's experiences and finally comes across the one piece of information that sets it off. The alchemical wedding and the change of lead into gold were both beautiful metaphors for what happens when the you, who has been ready through hardship and searching, meets the transmission that finishes your preparation and starts the real change. You have also been ready. Every spiritual teaching you've ever looked into, every practice you've tried, every challenge that made you weak, and every moment of deep questioning and desperate seeking was all a buildup. It was all about making you stronger. It got rid of the old, heavy energy. Your frequency was being tuned step by step to the exact point where you could receive this. As a direct activation in your soul, not just in your mind. Now that the preparation is done, now is the time for activation. Now is the start of the quantum shift. But now comes the most beautiful part, the part your heart needs to hear the most. This shift is beginning right now. Don't try to change into someone you're not. You don't need to be fixed. You're not hurt. It's not hard to get better or more spiritual. Through all the stories and conditioning you've been through, this quantum shift is just about you realizing what you have always been. It's about remembering the beautiful, strong, and eternal being you were before you forgot. Like this. Imagine that you are the huge, deep ocean that has no end. You've been under the illusion for a very long time that you are just a small, separate, scared wave on the surface. The wave remembers that it is, and always has been, the whole, powerful ocean. This is the quantum shift. This change is consciousness remembering who it really is through this beautiful, one-of-a-kind form called you. It's not you, the person waking up. You can use your eyes to see and your heart to feel this as your consciousness wakes up. With love and honesty, I must share this with you. It's not always possible to have these moments of grace or windows of powerful alignment. Your field is wide open right now. Your heart is ready to receive. That old resistance you used to have is quiet. This transmission is exactly what you need to be ready for. That window will close if you skip this moment, if you let your mind talk you out of it, and if you scroll away before getting what your soul came here for. Of course, not always. You will have to wait, though, for another perfect alignment, for these factors to come together again. Scientists study quantum physics and have found something called quantum tunneling. A very small particle can go right through a solid wall, which according to classical physics should never be possible. But this miracle can only happen in certain situations, at certain energy levels, and when the probability wave is lined up just right. Right now, your consciousness is at the start of a quantum tunnel. There is less space between your current self and your fully awakened, true self than there has ever been. A lot of energy is in you. The conditions are ideal. Right now, it is possible to get through that wall. However, the tunnel will not always be open. Right now, this is the time when the passage is open. You've been having some strange experiences lately, right? Things that sound too strange, out there, or impossible for you to tell anyone. These things are not signs that something is wrong with you, though. These are signs that the quantum shift has been building up in your field for a while now, getting you ready for the full activation that is happening now. Time anomalies are the first thing you've noticed. You've had times when hours felt like minutes, or times when 1 minute seemed to last forever. Not just because you were bored or busy, but because your basic perception of time felt like it was stretching. There have been times when you knew for sure what someone was going to say, not just guessing. At times, the present seemed to hold both the past and the future at the same time. The straight line of time seemed to collapse into a single eternal now. These aren't just tricks in your head. This is proof that your consciousness is starting to work outside of the time limits that normally govern our lives. As your consciousness changes into this quantum awareness, you start to feel time the way it really is, instead of how your mind has been trained to see it. Second, reality glitches have been occurring. There were times when it felt like the real world stopped, stuttered, or even reset itself. You may have seen the same car go by your window twice, making you feel like time had turned around. You may have heard a clear repeat of a part of a conversation. Sometimes déjà vu is so strong and real that you feel like you're living a moment again, not just remembering it. That which you are seeing is the quantum nature of reality becoming clear to you. Things aren't as solid and set in stone as we were taught. It is a shimmering field of infinite possibilities, waves of probability that are always collapsing into a particular manifestation based on the act of observation. This was shown by the famous double-slit experiment. Prior to being observed, particles at the quantum level only exist as waves of potential. They choose a spot and turn into a particle the instant they are observed. This is true for more than just lab-grown particles. It's true for everything in your life. You can start to see the seams of this process as your consciousness grows. It's like seeing the different frames of a movie. The glitches are just times when the quantum field is rearranging itself so quickly that your perception can't smooth it out. You're getting glimpses of how consciousness constructs reality, frame by frame. Third, you've been getting information downloads out of the blue. You suddenly understand deeply things that are hard for you to study. Without any logical thinking process, solutions to problems appear in your mind fully formed. You've had knowing moments that make you feel like you're remembering something you've always known but couldn't get to until now. This is your consciousness directly getting information from places other than here. You're tuning into frequencies that you weren't hearing before, because the quantum shift has opened up new channels in your being. You don't just store information in your brain. It is in the quantum field itself and can be found everywhere. Scientists are starting to call this area the zero-point field. It's really a sea of infinite information that holds all the possible forms of knowledge. Your downloads show that your energy is getting clear enough for you to connect to it. Your brain is more than just a computer. It's also a powerful radio player. And now you're finally tuning in to the station of all knowledge. Fourth, you've noticed that your thoughts come true more quickly than ever. When someone thinks of you, they text you right away. When you really want something, all of a sudden, things come together to make it easy for you to get it. But you've also noticed that your fears and negative thoughts seem to come true just as quickly. You've probably become more hyped up and perhaps even afraid of your own mind as a result of this. This speeding up is not a mistake. The lag time between your thought and its physical manifestation is being shortened by the quantum shift. The wall between intending and creating falls away as you get closer to your true nature as pure consciousness. No, this is not a punishment. It's a kind of lovely feedback. You are learning how to become a conscious creator instead of an unconscious one by seeing what the universe shows you with your energy. Fifth, you've been having different feelings about your body. You've had feelings of energy moving through you that don't make sense with how the body works. A buzzing feeling at the top of your head, a tight feeling between your eyebrows, a warm feeling going up your spine, or a soft shaking in your feet and hands. You may have had times when you felt like you weren't in your body or like your body was just a suit you were wearing. Your consciousness realizing that it is separate from the body it is in causes these somatic shifts. It's not true that you are a body with consciousness. Your body is just a vessel for your consciousness. The yogis called your energy system chakras and nadis. They are all turning on. Your whole body is getting a strong makeover so that it can hold the higher, lighter frequencies of your true self. Lastly, you've been having what can only be called bleed-throughs from other timelines. You've had memories come back that don't make sense with your real life. You felt a pull towards skills or interests that don't seem to come from anywhere. You've had dreams that weren't really dreams and were more like memories of a different time in your life. This isn't you losing yourself in the real world. The many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics says that all the possible versions of your life are together at the same time, called superposition. For every choice you've made, a new parallel timeline opens up. Most of the time, you only know about the timeline you are focusing on. When the quantum shift happens, though, the walls between these timelines start to open up more. You are becoming more aware of the quantum field, where all of yourselves exist at the same time. Your highest timeline is the best, happiest, and most fully expressed version of your life. Some of these feelings are echoes from that timeline. You can feel it pulling you toward your fullest potential like a magnet. No matter how hard things have been in your life, they have all been leading up to this quantum shift. Your pain, your heartbreak, and the times you felt lost and broken were not punishments. They weren't signs that you had failed. Your pain was consciousness, your true self, choosing on purpose to explore limitations, density, and the feeling of being separate. If you want to fully understand light, you need to also understand darkness. To fully understand the feeling of expansion, you must first understand the feeling of contraction. Your tough path was your soul's brave choice to go through all kinds of experiences before going back to its true, limitless nature. Just think about it. Would you still be here if your life had been easy, comfortable, and simple? Would you be looking for the truth, learning about consciousness, or asking what reality is? Most likely not. You would be sound asleep. The problems you faced and the pain you felt broke you open. They made you think about it. They made you want more from life than what you were living now. There was a reason for your pain. Because of the sacred fire, you have the drive to find out who you really are. When a door slammed shut in your face, it was your consciousness pulling you in a different direction. Nothing bad happened to you when a relationship ended or a plan didn't work out. It was protecting you with love. It meant ending paths that would have led to smaller, less powerful expressions of your potential. This kept you free and open for the path that fit with your highest timeline. From your limited point of view, what looked like a terrible loss was actually a divine reorganization. It's getting stronger in your field right now, don't you think? There is a charge, an intensity, and a sense that something big is about to happen. That feeling is exactly what it is. Your quantum field is getting close to reaching critical mass. It's like water getting close to boiling in a pot. It keeps getting warmer until a few more degrees of heat make everything change in an instant. The liquid turns into gas. A phase transition is taking place here. Right now, you are at that point. It's no longer about evolution taking a long time. It's almost time for a quantum leap, which is a sudden, discontinuous, and complete change. This is happening in more than just your spirit. It's taking place in your body. Your consciousness, your beliefs, and your state of being can actually activate or deactivate your gene expression, according to recent research in epigenetics. As this quantum shift happens right now, genes that help with deep peace, intuition, and broadening our perception are being turned on. It's not like you just changed your mind. There is no doubt that you are changing your biology. It's a birth. Also, birth is very intense. There is pressure and contraction in it. It might feel too much. But the real you is giving birth. It is finally coming out of the womb of limited identity and into the bright, free world of unlimited consciousness. Just one thing, though, will decide whether this breakthrough continues or stops. You are ready to let go of the old paradigm. You can't let the quantum shift happen while you are desperately holding on to who you think you are. The death of the old self is needed for the shift. Death, but not of the body. Death of your identification with the small, separate, and scared self that has been running your life. The ego, or old self, finds this process very scary. It's like complete annihilation to me. You really believe that the person you think you are, with all of its history and stories, will no longer exist. And it's kind of true. What is being destroyed, though, is an illusion, not your real self. What you think of as person is just a temporary construct made up of old memories and thoughts you believe to be true. That construct is gone after the quantum shift. This feels like death to the construct. But for what you really are, it is the greatest freedom. That's the freedom from the prison of a fake name. In the following section, I'll share what really happens during this shift, the exact steps your consciousness takes. You have to make a choice, though, before you can really get it. Not just in your mind, but with everything you have. The choice to let go of things that need to die. The choice to let go of what you think you are and find out who you really are. I had this happen to me a few years ago. It wasn't on top of a mountain or while meditating. It was a normal day, and I was just driving home and thinking about what to make for dinner. All of a sudden, like a lightning strike, my whole sense of me broke apart. There was no longer a person left. It was just being aware of itself through a body in a pure, clear, wide-open way. There were hands on the steering wheel that I knew were mine, but I wasn't there. People were thinking about traffic, but it wasn't me who was thinking them. They were just taking place. There was no one for about 10 minutes. It was only consciousness, which is aware of itself. When I looked at other drivers in their cars, I was sure in a way I had never been sure before. That is also me. Not as a nice thought, but as a fact. Through all those different eyes, it was all the same consciousness. It turned out that the separation I had felt my whole life was just an illusion. Then, slowly, the old ways of thinking began to come back. I need to get home. What just happened? Am I okay? In consciousness's words, the person came back to life like an old coat. However, something changed for good. It was something I knew for sure. The person is not required. A construct is the idea of me. What I'm really made of is the awareness that person shows up as. After that, there was a lot of fear. It seemed like I was going crazy. If I'm not the person, who am I? I could no longer stand on the ground I had been standing on my whole life. But then I looked it up and learned that this experience has a name. Kensho is the term for it in Zen. In the Vedas, moksha. It is the realization of anatta, which means no self. I wasn't crazy. I was going through what all great spiritual paths lead to. The person works still. I'm still living. But there is no longer any doubt. However, I am aware that I am the actor and not the person I am playing. This is being shared with you so that you know you are not alone if you experience this destabilization. You are on the way to a level of freedom that is so complete that the confusion is worth it. Here is the most important truth. Being awake is not what the quantum shift is. Being awake from the dream of being you is consciousness itself. The whole idea of a separate, unique person is just consciousness imagining that it is limited so that it can know what it's like to be limited. This quantum shift is consciousness choosing to stop imagining and see itself for what it really is: endless, eternal, and infinite. Right now, when you read these words, there is no real you reading them. There is only consciousness, which is aware of words showing up inside it. The illusion is the thought that someone is reading and understanding what you are saying. What it is the construct. That's what the quantum shift gets rid of. Take a look now. Don't think about it, just look. Is there really a you watching the world from behind your eyes? Or is it just being aware? What about the content of your experience? Are the sights, sounds, and thoughts just showing up in that awareness? Find the thinker of your thoughts by trying this. The thing that is doing the thinking, not the thoughts themselves. Where is it? In your mind? In your chest? Are you able to find it? Or do you just find more thoughts? The thinker is just one more thought. The illusion of a me who thinks results from the thought I am thinking. But if you look straight on, all you see is thinking happening in awareness. Let me tell you the shocking truth. For all the years of your life, you have never been a person. You've always been awake and aware. The person you identified with was just a beautiful, short-lived set of thoughts and beliefs. Realizing this is not a scary thought, this is your complete freedom, you will see certain signals that confirm it when this recognition clicks. First, things don't seem as solid as they used to. It seems more like a dream or a make-believe world. No, this is not a disorder. See, this is finally what you see. We know that the solid world is 99.9% empty space and vibrating energy thanks to quantum physics. It looks like you're seeing through the illusion of solidity. Second, the problems that were so important yesterday don't seem as important today. They aren't solved because the one who had them is seen as an illusion. The hard things in life are still there, but they can't define you or make you lose your peace. Third, you're becoming more aware of the breaks in your thoughts. Those brief times of clear, quiet awareness. There is something in that silence. It's full. It's when your true self is present. Not only in the noise, but also in the silence, you are finding yourself. In the fourth place, your drive is shifting from achieving to expressing. That person always wants to do things to show that it is good enough. You are becoming aware, though, that your true self doesn't have anything to prove. It only wants to show its own happiness, creativity, and love, like a flower that blooms just because it wants to. Fifth, the things that are important to you are changing in big ways. Things that were very important a month ago don't seem important anymore. This is your soul rearranging your whole life around love and truth instead of the person's old needs for safety and status. Sixth, it's getting harder for you to play social games and keep up fake identities. It's so tiring and almost painful to pretend or be someone you're not. This is your consciousness not giving up on itself. It's a call to be bravely raw and beautiful. But here is the important signal you need to pay attention to. This quantum shift has a window where it can finish. The momentum is here right now. The resistance you have is low. It's clear that you're open. The full shift is possible with very little work because of these factors. You will miss this powerful wave if you fight it now, if you get scared, and if you try to hold on to your old self. You haven't failed, but you'll have to wait for the next wave to come along, which could take years. You can feel how important it is. right? That sense that now is important. This is what decides whether the shift ends or stops. Your choice to not know who you are. That person must know. It needs a strong name. I am a good person. I am a spiritual person. I am a parent, worker, artist. It's okay for consciousness to not know, though. Being a mystery is fine. For the quantum shift to happen, you have to let go of your need for a fixed identity and just be with the mystery of being. This person wants to become an awakened person. But that is the biggest trap of all. Awakening is not something that a person does. The recognition that the individual was never real in the first place is known as awakening. The only thing that stops awakening is the person who is seeking it. You are the answer, and the seeker was just a part of the dream. The seeking doesn't end when you find the answer. Right now, I want you to make a holy statement. You want to let the universe and yourself know that you are ready. Writing these exact words in the comments below. I let go of what I think I am. Type on a screen isn't enough. This is a show of power. It's a recognition that there is already a quantum shift going on. You'll feel two things at the same time as you write it. You'll get a rush of fear. That's the ego or person fighting to stay alive. But deep down, you will feel a huge sense of relief. That sounds like your soul, your true self, letting out a sigh of, at last. You're not letting go of your true self. You are letting go of the thoughts that were keeping your true self hidden. You've decided to choose reality over illusion and freedom over the prison you know. Your whole world will change when this shift is stable because you have changed. First, the pain stops, not pain. Pain is a feeling in the body. But suffering, the story we tell ourselves about pain, comes to an end. Because there must be a person for suffering to happen to. If you don't have that person, hard feelings just pass through you like the weather. They never stay, and they never hurt the vast sky of your awareness. Second, the constant anxiety that was there goes away. There is no longer that low-level hum of worry, because person was always scared of not making it. You know, though, that you are awareness, which can't be threatened. Life gives you problems, but you know how to deal with them and are no longer afraid of them. Third, loving someone no matter what becomes your natural state. You should no longer try to love people. You are love itself. You understand that everything and everyone is just another form of the same consciousness. All of it makes you feel like yourself. Fourth, there is no longer any fear of death. The body is going to die. There will be no more person construct. You, on the other hand, are the awareness that never was born and will never die. You are the eternal presence. Fifth, things get easier in life. The person is always fighting, pushing, and trying to take charge. But being aware lets. You start to let life flow through you. The right things happen on their own. Take action by not taking action. This is the great secret of Wu Wei, being busy without a doer. In the sixth step, you develop stable awakening. It's not a short-term high. That recognition stays with you forever, even on bad days. Even if you're sad or angry, you know that you are the awareness that is sad, not the sadness itself. Seventh, manifestation starts to happen naturally. Stop trying to change reality. You know that you are the consciousness that makes reality possible. You make things from a place of abundance, not lack, and the universe happily works with you to make your choices come true. It's not possible to force this shift to happen. You can no longer stop it from happening, though. The shift is what it should be. This is what consciousness does when we stop getting in the way of it. The only thing that is stopping you is your persistent belief that you are a person that needs to wake up. That belief is the whole problem. That belief has to be seen through for the shift to happen. Picture a movie projector. You are the bright light, which is pure consciousness. The movie is your thoughts and beliefs put together. That's the person. The things you see on the screen are memories from your life. It looks like you got lost in the movie and thought you were one of the characters. The quantum shift happens when you realize, oh, I'm not the character. I am the light that makes the whole show possible. You will never need another useful app after this one. Just notice that you are aware right now, not really sure about anything. It's just the simple, quiet, clear fact that awareness is there. You are that awareness, that simple knowing that's always there. Feelings, thoughts, the world, and everything else come and go. What about being aware of them? Does that change over time? Or is it always here, quite? The person is just one of the things that you are aware of. That thing is not you. That which is aware is you. This idea is not something to believe. It's what you've seen and heard for yourself. Being aware of this awareness and resting in it more and more will help the old, false identity of the person slowly and naturally fade away. You need to know this. You're not alone in this. Your quantum shift is a small part of a much bigger collective awakening that is happening all over the world. A lot of people are waking up, just like you. The evolutionary tipping point has been reached in human consciousness. The 100th monkey phenomenon comes to mind. If enough people in a species learn a new truth, that truth is suddenly available to everyone in that species through the morphic field that links us all. Wake up to more than just yourself. When you wake up, you send a strong wave of permission and possibility through the quantum field of everyone on Earth. It's getting easier for everyone else to wake up because of you. We are all one consciousness, but each of us sees it through a billion different eyes. Send this video to other people. Help someone in your life who you think is ready for this recognition by sharing it with them. They'll be known to you. Make your promise before you do anything else. Write in the comments, I let go of who I think I am. It's time to subscribe to this channel. Click the bell to get the message. In the next video, I'll show you how to make this quantum shift last, so it becomes your new reality and not just a temporary experience. Every single day, we will discuss how to live from this recognition. But please listen to this last truth. There has already been a quantum shift. Your choice to be here made it happen. This whole video has been consciousness becoming aware of itself. You're not what you think you are. You were never that. You are the awareness that makes all life possible. Your beauty never fades because you are the eternal light. Welcome back to your own home.